No gunshots, but they getting low, 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 low.
YouTube, what is going on, everybody? It's EavesDrop, and I hope that everyone in the EavesDrop army is having a fantastic day today. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going through my settings on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, as well as we are going to be looking at what a few of these things do, because I know a few of them are confusing, and I've played around with them to see, you know, like what's going down, what's happening. I just realized looking at this now that one of my settings is wrong, but we're going to fix it, and I'm going to show you guys why. So we're going to start from the top, and I might have this in the title of the video, because I know this was hard to find. As you can see, my button layout is tactical flipped. Now there was I was watching pro players stream, I was watching pro players play, and they couldn't figure out how to flip their triggers. So if you're on this video because you're trying to figure out how to flip your triggers, don't worry, you're not alone. It took me like 10 minutes too. So you're gonna go into button layout, stick layout. Unless you've done this in any other COD, I mean, I wouldn't say do it. These ones are, the stick layouts are pretty weird, but here's what I do. So button layout, I go with tactical. Now, as you can see, they all say flipped, right? In Black Ops 3, there was an option for flipped and there was an option for default, and it was its own little option. But if you want to look in the bottom left corner of the screen, it says swap L1 and L2, R1 and R2. So that's all you have to do is you have to click square, boom. Now they're normal, boom, now they're flipped. Now I play on tactical because then crouching is clicking in R3 or they're clicking in the right stick, and meleeing is circle. Now this is especially important in this game. In old CODs, you know, it was kind of debatable because, you know, knifing was really important, but now in Black Ops 3 and in this COD, you can't panic knife. If you smack someone, you just smack them once, you have to smack them twice. So the melee is really not as useful at all. So that goes to circle, and then crouch is R3. So you can just click in to slide because they're sliding in this game, and crouching is gonna be way more important than using melee, so that's why melee goes to circle and crouch goes to R3. So the reason I play on flip, just in case you're wondering, is because it's way faster to press the button in than to pull the whole trigger down. It's a little bit different on Xbox One because I feel like it's more comfortable to use the triggers, but this is for PS4. Look inversion, I don't change. Flight inversion is the same thing, but it's when you're flying a vehicle. So people actually like that because pulling down on a stick in like a helicopter, I'm pretty sure would make you go up, and pushing forward would make you go down. So that's why some people like to do flight like that. Sprint cancels reload. I have it disabled just because in my mind I'm not going to be thinking about it, and I'm going to start sprinting and then it's going to cancel my reload. I'm going to think I reloaded, but I didn't, so I'd rather just reload the damn gun. Vibration I have disabled. Now my controller actually has the vibrations taken out, so it wouldn't work anyways, but I don't want that signal being sent to my controller because they are out. The reason I have it off even if I have rumbles in my controller. The reason I have it off is because it can mess up your aim. You know, that thing's going to distract you when it's rumbling around in your hand, just because the nature of thumbsticks is they're really particular because they have such a small range of motion. So even that small little rumble could really like fuck up your aim. So I keep that off. Now I play 4-4. I think this is what the game comes on default. Now this is out of 20. So if you played on Black Ops 3, Black Ops 3 is actually out of 14. Now I'm pretty sure 14 and 20 are the same. But the reason I'm telling you the max is different is because now 4 out of 20 is different than 4 out of 14. Now I did play on 4 in Black Ops 3. I played on 4-5 actually, but since the boost is slower in this game than Black Ops 3, I lowered my vertical from 5 back down to 4, and I haven't really felt much of a difference. So I think it feels really solid that way, and I think it's gonna keep my aim more steady, because then instead of going up and down faster than I'm going left and right, it's all gonna be the same. So safe area, this is how you change the margins. Now I was actually kind of confused on this, and I still kind of am. So if you look at it, I'm gonna shrink it just so you guys can see. So there's a yellow bar and there is a white bar, and then there's the arrow. So I matched up the yellow bar, but I'm not sure whether the yellow bar is supposed to be matched up or the arrows are like this. I think that might be how it's supposed to be, and I'm gonna try it out like that and see what happens, but we're gonna keep it like that. Next, audio options. I have the volume set all the way up just because I have an Astro mix amp, so I changed the volume there. If you don't have a mix amp, it might be easier for you to change the volume here, so go ahead and do that. Voice volume, that's the character or the person telling you, you know, the enemy has a UAV, the enemy has this score streak, the enemy's taking B, or whatever. Now music volume I turn all the way down because it starts at the beginning of a round and it also plays sometimes throughout rounds, and it's really distracting. And I've noticed in this game that footsteps are pretty loud. If you have your headset even like halfway up, you can hear footsteps really pretty easily. So I turn the music down just so none of that distracts me. Subtitles, I mean, if you like having subtitles, put on subtitles. I have my preset set to headphones. All there is default small speakers and headphones. So I mean, I'm wearing headphones, so I put it on headphones. Controller sound I have enabled. I don't know if you disable it, if the sound then goes through your headset, but I just have it enabled because whatever, it's cool that there is a speaker in the controller, so might as well use it. And then you can change from male or female, so that's whether your character is male or female. Language selection, obviously you can put whatever you want. Actually, never mind, there's only French and English. So why is there not Spanish? That I I feel like they should definitely have Spanish, because I know in America there's tons of people who speak Spanish. I think it's kind of dumb that they don't have Spanish. Now in Canada, I know that there's English and French. So I feel like there should at least be those three, but maybe that's different depending on the region that you download the game. I'm not sure, or the settings on your PlayStation. And then brightness, I actually had it about here, but I'm playing with it. I don't, all the way up just seems like way too high. Even here just seems too high. Here seemed kind of low. I also have a black equalizer feature on my monitor, which makes it so the blacks on the screen are really grayed out, so I can see people in dark areas, and that just changes the blacks and not the colors. So it's a little bit different for me than it will be for you. You're gonna have to play with it, see how you like it. Film grain, you pretty much want to turn all the way down, except for like special cases that I'm not really sure. Basically what this is going to do is add like a grain effect. If you've ever taken a picture in the dark and there's a lot of noise, or there's like the little like dots around it, looks like pixels all around, that's similar to film grain. As you can see in the bottom, it says reduces strength of noise versus TV sharpness settings. So turn that all the way down and your game's going to look a lot clearer. And if you're making videos, you definitely want to have that all the way down, because it's just going to look way clearer for your audience and the people that are watching your videos. Colorblind filter, obviously if you're colorblind, turn it on. If not, you can keep it off or turn it on. I haven't played with it. I know in Black Ops 3 there was like 3 different ones, and it changed the colors of things, and it was kind of just fun to use. Play with that if you want. Target assist, of course, is enabled, and a lot of people, like PC players, will probably roast you for using that, but really with sticks, pretty much necessary. I mean, you can get away with it and you can have it off, and your aim will get better if you play with it off, but if you want to be competitive, if you want to hit shots, then you're gonna have to have it on. It's already pretty low in this game, so definitely have it on, because if you don't, the other players are gonna have a huge advantage over you, and you don't want that. You want as many advantages as possible. Now I have motion blur enabled and I want it disabled. I don't know why I had it enabled. I had it disabled, so I don't know whether I was playing with it and forgot to disable it again, but definitely turn that off, especially if you're making videos, especially if you want to take a screenshot from your video. What's going to happen is your gun is just going to be all blurry when you move around, and when you twist and turn like this, your screen is also going to be blurry, and you don't want that. It's going to be way harder to track people on your screen when you're playing, and also if you're making videos like I am, it's going to be kind of distracting to your audience, and it's not going to look as clean. But that is all the options in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now lots of these are variable and custom to you, so obviously if you play on one of these other ones and you're used to playing on it, then use one of those. But I do think tactical is the best. Most pros, I'm not a pro, but a lot of pros play on tactical, and most of them play on flipped as well, and I just think it's the best one. You're going to use sliding a lot more than knifing. And then also the sensitivity, of course, lower isn't necessarily better, but lower is much better than high if you want extremely accurate shots, because the higher it is, the more you're going to over aim, but also the lower it is, the more you're going to under aim. So you're going to find that balance, and for me it's 4-4. It may be 6-6 for you, it may be, I don't know, 4-6, I don't know, it's just up to you. You're gonna have to play with it, but I really like 4-4. So that is all my settings for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I hope you guys all really did enjoy this video. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. If you guys made it all the way down to the end of the video, make sure to comment down below the word square, just because I know it was really hard for me to figure out that I had to hit square on this screen to flip the triggers. So comment down below the word square if you made it all the way through. And lastly, if you guys haven't already, make sure to drop a nuke down on the subscribe button to become part of the EavesDrop army. Become an eavesdropper today. But with that, I want to thank you guys all again for watching, because I'll have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, I have been EavesDrop, and I'm out.